is live streaming.
Yep. Boards, games, boards, games, it's what we're going to play. Boards, games, have some fun in our day. Boards, games, we'll try some games that are new. Board games, it's what we like to do. Board games, we will try 3 MELL, and then we will play an unfinished game for MELL as well. Board games, board games, we'll play how much money, because sometimes I find that game can be quite funny. And beside, to this side of me, is the person known as Tally. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, and yeah, this is where everyone realizes how unprepared I am, and I say, hello, we are doing the Tuesday trials, and tonight this evening or this morning, or whatever you want to say, it's not even like the Tuesday trials anymore because we have decided that we are going to play games we like, games that are relatively new to us, and games that we've enjoyed a lot in the past. Tonight we're going to play a quick game for the L deck, um, which is called 3MELL, all about making 1, 2, and 3 letter words. We're going to play a spin on that called 4MELL, and I thought we'd try both of them one after the other to kind of compare and contrast. And then hopefully by that point, Molly or Tom might have joined us, and we will play How Much Money, in which we talk about how much money would it take us to do various things. And hello, Prey, it is lovely to see you.
Hello.
And as we said, um, so beside me, I have a wonderful person. They have a lovely positive energy. And if you want to dash one day, maybe you want to get your dogs together, you can go for a doggo dash with Tali Tarain. Am I pronouncing your
Hey,
name
yes,
correctly?
totally.
And
Great.
yeah, what is something that you would like people to know about you? What is one of your favorite things?
Well, I love playing games and I love meeting people, talking to people. I love learning languages and I'm very curious to play the games tonight because I love party games. Are my favorite. Yes. Like I do love like more heavy games. I play Euros, but it's not like my thing. I have a very my attention is not very good. Like I have problems focusing. So party games are good because I'm always like challenged and interactive. So I like them. I cannot hear you, Bess.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself just because I was typing along. I can't quite fit in the things. So yeah, I am Bez. I've made some games. This is my deck, and we during lockdown, I've made up a few games that can be played using this deck, and 3MELL is one of them. Now, are you ready for the explanation of
Yes,
3MELL?
3 mil.
Awesome. So, whoops, that was meant to be on a scrolly banner. So 3MELL is all about making tiny words out of 18 cards. You are using a letter from each card to start or extend up to 3 words. You can have 3 words going on at once. Once a word is finished, you can make a new word in its place. Ideally, you want to have 3 1 letter words, 3 2 letter words, and 3 3 letter words. So 3 of each. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Mhm.
Because a 1 letter word is worth 1, a 2 letter word is worth 2, and a 3 letter word is worth 3. But if you make a perfect set, then you get a bonus 4 points. So instead of being only worth 6 points, it is worth 10. Does that make sense?
Yes. But how do are we playing online? Are we playing because I don't have the deck here?
No, that's totally fine. So basically, what's going to happen, and everyone in the chat is free to join us. Let me know, Pray, have you played this game before? Because there's been a lot of names in the chat over the past month, and I do recognize you. I can't. I know that probably, yeah, Sate's kind of encouraged you to come from Loser and I really appreciate you being here. But I'm sorry I can't remember everything about you. So let me know if you've played this one before or not. So yeah, basically the way it's going to work is I'm going to just show up cards and you will base it on what I'm showing. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So I
Awesome.
will have to take notes, I guess.
Yeah, we're
Get
going
my
to. Okay, thanks for letting me know, Pray. So to start off, make sure you have some paper. Make sure you have a pen or a pencil, or I mean, you could use a big whiteboard and a whiteboard marker, or a sheet like on your bed and some lipstick. But that's kind of ridiculous. Um, so this is kind of similar to 5MELL, which you played, but this one, you once you finish off a word, then you get to start a new one in its place. That is the big twist. So here at the top, write 1, 2, and 3 plus, and this is where you're going to keep track of the words you've made.
Uh-huh.
So that is the most important thing to do.
Nice. I just have to find paper I have here.
I believe in you. I believe in
Uh,
you. I believe you can find paper. You can find paper too. I found paper. You find paper. We
I
can
see.
all find paper for me and you.
And I
Paper.
found more
It's what you
paper.
need.
Yes. Nice. So I have paper and a pen and a lot of space here.
Okay, so everyone's got
One.
1, 2, and 3 plus, and you're basically going to make 3 lines of words. And remember, you're trying to make ideally 3 one-letter words. The possible one-letter words are A, I, and O.
A
Like
I O.
a lion. Oh, brother, a lion is trying to bite the chicken that I see. Oh,
Okay.
I'm glad that there's a wee tradition now. You know what to get. Yeah, it's always at 8 p.m. You can hopefully join in. So, are you ready, Sally?
Yes, I
Okay, so
am.
the
I
first
think so.
card is R or M. All you need to choose is which letter is better for starting off a word. I mean, both of them seem pretty reasonable to me.
Yes. Yeah. I would say R.
It's up to you. Write it down on one of your letters.
Okay.
I've chosen the M, and you just
Mm-hmm.
put it to the left, and then any new letter has to come to the right of that to continue an existing word or start a new word.
Okay.
So here we get E.
E.
I can extend the word E to become me,
Mm-hmm.
but I
I
could leave it because I could turn it into a three-letter word like met or me. I got mew. Maybe mew is a word. I don't know.
Mew. uh, yeah.
Everyone, you put down one of the letters. You ready?
Okay. I put E.
E. I think
Yes.
that's a good choice. A
Good.
particularly good choice.
Okay.
Remember, you are allowed to make words longer than three letters, but if it's more than three letters words long, it's just wastes it. So I've gone for A because
Mhm,
that's one of the three one-letter words. But you could go for the
mhm.
B if you want. It's up to you.
Okay.
It's a particularly atrocious part, and people have to pick.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm still like, eh,
Oops. Oh, sorry.
eh,
There's just a lot of.
eh, eh.
Yeah.
I cannot do this. It's so difficult. How do you do it so greatly?
Um, it's kind. So for those who don't know, if I pick up my right hand, it goes like that, and so it's the opposite to a mirror.
Okay.
So indeed, you can get confused.
Hmm.
So now we need to pick. The nice thing about it not being reversed is, of course, that I see exactly what other people see. And it's actually interesting because over the months, my brain has almost readjusted. So if I want to tap, oh, I was actually thinking, okay, I want to tap this shoulder. But, it's interesting things with your brain.
Okay, this is my right and this is my left. Okay, I choose Y.
Indeed, you are correct. I chose I.
You already have one word,
A
right?
or G. So what happens now is I do a little full stop at the end of the A to show that I'm finishing that word. Then I draw a little dot on the
Mm-hmm.
one, and then I can start a new word. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, once you have drawn a little full stop to say that that's the end of that word, then you can put another
Ah,
letter
okay.
in and start a new word. Hopefully that makes sense.
But why did you put the other A in the front of your A after the dot?
Because once I put the A, then I could put either an A or a G, and I still like to have another A because I
Mm-hmm.
think an A is still a good letter to start off.
Ah, okay, nice.
So I could have chosen an A or a G. I could have done a little full stop beside me if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not over explaining it. Please, if
Yes.
I.
No, I'm loving it because I'm getting into the ah. Oh, difficult.
So difficult.
Oh my god.
Especially difficult. Supremely
Okay.
difficult.
I think I'm gonna go. Um, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go with the S new word.
I chose the S to make a possible two letter, or I could carry on the AS and
Uh, yeah,
as a two
go
letter, or
further.
maybe ask, or ass, or ash. I'm
Ash.
quite
Yeah.
excited. But it's all about keeping your options open this game. Thank you, Prey. Thank you for the feedback. I'm glad to hear. T or H?
T or age. Okay, I'm putting age here.
Hmm.
No, actually, I
So,
actually changed to T.
okay, we'll let you off.
Uh, I, sorry, let me.
You make it bigger.
Yes,
Oh, sorry,
the
Tally.
person.
Tally, you are only allowed to have 3 lines.
Okay, so yeah.
But once you drew the dot, you're allowed to have another word next to it on that same line. So you can only have 3 lines of words. Does that make sense?
So yeah, I put my S in
Exactly.
front of the A. Okay.
But PYT, is that a word?
Not yet, but I think this will be. I was thinking about Python.
Okay, but you
The
realize that
name.
having more than 3 letters is a waste of letters.
Yes, but I made the decision before I was 100% aware of it.
Oh, don't worry, it's all good. So
IT.
yeah, I decided to put down it, and I can't think of how that can be extended, so I'm just calling it
Uh,
a
it
word.
it is good, and it's two letters. So
S or C.
Mhm.
This is a sexy card.
Mhm.
Quite excited. And once you've
Mhm.
got your third letter in the word, if it's a 3 letter word, you might as well end it. And that gives me my first set. So that's a total of 10 points so far.
Ooh.
So
So
can
I choose the C, and Like I'm a bit lost because now I have no way of doing anything here.
Re might be a word. I don't know.
Well, let's see if I can
You can
save it.
always look up words along the way on Collins English Dictionary if you want. T
Uh,
or M? T or
mm,
M?
mm, T.
Try as you might, trying to make words terribly massive is not terribly meaningful for this
It's
game.
a German, the German influence I'm having here.
Oh yeah, that's the problem. Once you're like in upholding all those Germans, you can't make the short words anymore.
It's like this.
N or Z?
Mm,
So I put
uh,
down the N for my second three-letter
man.
word. But
So I can start new words in the line even if I don't have actual words, or how do I get out of my doom here? Because
so if you want, you can always just scratch it off, draw a line through it, do a little full stop, and start again on the same line. So you can give up on something if you need to.
yeah, I will have to. Okay,
You can also skip cards if you want to.
okay, good to
But
know.
every card that you skip is obviously potential points.
Yeah. So yeah,
N
I'm
or
starting.
Z?
N.
I look at this card,
Mm.
and indeed, it's lovely. It is
Mm-mm.
another one of the one-letter words. And remember, you need
Mm-hmm.
to get three of them.
Mm-hmm. So
How many E's are in the deck? So there are 6 E's, but we are only playing with, but the full deck is 48 cards, and we're playing with a completely random 18 cards. So I think, yeah, that's a little bit less than little bit more than a third. Sorry. Um, I don't know how the percentages work, but basically there could be lots of E's, there could be no E's, but yeah, E is very common.
I got I.
Look inside. And moving on. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got O, and I got no as word.
Oh, I got 2.
Ooh.
I might well use that as a 2-letter word because I need them, but I could also use that as a 3-letter.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I just have A and no until now as words.
understanding obvious, useless, ostentatious undergarments. We are 2/3 of the way through the game. Getting really hard.
Okay, R H. Hmm.
Hmm. All about the vowels, no consonants.
I just have to quickly see if this word
Really
exists.
hard. You hear this really hard.
Yes, I do have the word.
And I have the
R.
R.
I
Like
have a word with 4 letters, which is stir. Steer. Steer.
STIR.
Yes.
Cool, yeah, to stir your spoon.
Hmm. So I make a point of 3 words, right?
Yeah, so that's why it's 3 plus. So if you make
Uh-huh.
4 or 5 or anything more, it just still counts as 3. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
So now we are coming up to the final 5 cards. There's hardly anything left. Oh my
Uh-huh.
gosh, this is not good for me. R or L?
R or L?
I had to make some space, so I finished up that I and made a note beside my one letter, and so I've got three things on the go. It all comes down to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is where, if
I'm
you've played
doing
the game
this.
before a few times, this is where it becomes really tricky.
I put L here as a beginning of a new word.
R or L? Now the next one. L, as in the L deck. Everybody
Ah,
loves it.
okay. E.
I'm using the E. I'm using a vowel when I can.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, this is where you want to try and maximize the amount of sort of flexibility that you can have.
Yeah, I have E here.
E or P? Oof. Just going to check myself. Everybody pretend ending is perfectly okay. LE. I just want to check if LE is a word. I mean, I know it's a word in French, and we always have this discussion, should you be allowed to use words in other languages? And the thing is, for FreeMail, it's a bit weird because I've kind of decided, okay, A, I, and O are the three one-letter words, but maybe someone else might be able to say, oh, actually, in this other language, this other thing is a... So we've never actually had a satisfying conclusion to that answer.
The acronyms are not words, right? Only
So like
words are
NASA,
words.
NASA.
Yes, exactly. Like
No, you can't
so.
use proper names of people, places, or companies, and you can't
Okay.
do MIA for missing in action, things like that.
Uh-huh.
That's not allowed.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. So we'll go with E.
Hello, Alex. I mean, now at least I'm allowed to say who designed this game, and there's no hidden information. Wait, is this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3? So there's only two more cards left.
Oh
1, 2,
oh
3,
my
4, 5,
God.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's only two cards left. This is the penultimate card. S
Oh
or
my
X.
God. What are you doing to me?
This is terrible for me as well. I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh,
Oh, this is...
okay, can I do X as a word? EX, because I have an E and I have X, and it could be.
No. But I don't think X is a word. Like, look it up on some dictionary if you want, whatever language dictionary. Look it up and see if it's clearly a word. I want to just say that les is apparently a bit of a slur. I looked it up on Collins English Dictionary, and it is an offensive slang for a lesbian, which I didn't
Oh,
actually realize. So it's kind of saying, oh, Martha is a les. But
I found out that I'm sending you. X is a word.
really? Okay. Oh,
Pronoun,
EX.
informal.
EX.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant just X, the
No,
letter.
EX.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. X is a word. Sorry.
Whew, okay.
So that
So.
means, by the way, that Les, I am scoring as my 3 plus, and I'm going to hopefully get to one letter word, and then I will score the perfect score. But if it's not, I will put it onto one of my two letters. So are you
Okay.
ready for this, the final card? Rex,
Final card. Oh my God. Okay.
I will look it up on Collins very quickly. Rex, yes, Rex is, according to Collins English Dictionary, king, part of the official title of a king, now used chiefly in documents. Yep, Rex as opposed to Regina, which is for queen. So, congratulations. Oh, yes.
Uh, okay. I will
Sorry.
have to check my word.
Oh, doing
Okay. Yeah.
obviously demonstrations. And so at the end, I've got a 1, 2, and a 2 that I add as the little dots. And just to rub your face in it, sorry, I've
Ah,
got a perfect score.
I
3
did
of the.
it. I was a failure. Look,
No, no,
my.
no, it's all fine. You don't need to get a perfect score or you fail. It's so you got
I got like a
one of each
three
plus a 3 plus a 2, so that makes 15.
15.
And 2 of each makes 20 because one of each is 10. Does that make sense? And so that is the game of 3 MELL. What did you think of that? Hopefully you enjoyed it.
I did. I just don't understand my points, like how I got to 15.
So
But I.
a 1 letter word is worth 1, a 2 letter word is worth 2, a 3 letter word is worth 3. But if you
6.
have a perfect line, you get a
Mhm.
bonus 4. So that means that 1, 2, and 3, instead of it being 1, 2 plus 3 is 6, it's 1, 2 plus 3 plus a bonus 4 makes it worth
Mhm.
10. Does that make sense?
Ah, okay. Now I got it. Now I got it. Perfect. Yes, I
Okay.
did it.
Glad you like it, Prey.
Love it.
So
Okay,
that
but now we can play again. Now I know that what I'm doing, kind of.
well, that's a good sign if you want to try again.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
okay, yep, let's try it again. And Alex, if you're in the chat, do you fancy joining? Hopefully you can. Let me actually go into the mod view. Okay, oh, I see another name I recognize. But so I'm just shuffling the cards, and these are the categorical cards, which are still very much in flux. And we discovered today that D is a little bit too much like an A if you see it from the side. And so there's still a lot of work that I need to do for readability, but yeah, we're enjoying it. We played quite a few games this today, and then after the stream, I realized we've actually got 6 more to go. But I've been really impressed by the quality of all the games for the contest. I mean, everyone has just been making amazing games. Every single game that we played was really good.
ah, nice. It's
I
good
feel
to
like,
hear.
it's a much higher standard than, yeah, last time. So, and so starting again, remember to write down, hold on, 1, 2, and 3 plus. That's how you start. And the first letter is O or D.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Okay, darling. Do otters dance?
Hmm.
Obviously. Do otters drum?
So I'm choosing D.
I'm choosing O just because it
Oh.
is the 1 letter word.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I want to go risky again.
That's fair. O,
And I have two-letter word. It's O and H, and I have D, so I have do, right?
that's very true. Um, Oh,
Do.
that's really weird. The Google form should be kind of just open all year round, although basically at this point, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Alex can help you troubleshoot, or I can chat to you after this kind of thing, and we can chat about your idea because yeah, I want it to be as open as possible, and I'm sorry if the thing was an obstacle. Anyway, I'm thinking, should I put the H to make a 2 letter word, or should I put down the O because I might not get any more A, O's, and I's. And I'm going to play it safe with 2 O's.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, Prey. Now we've got R or D.
R or D. R or D.
I'm
Right.
going with OR.
Mhm. I'm going with D again. D.
Really doing rather difficult rhymes. Everybody, peep.
Peeps. Ew. I'm now
Or
thinking.
I'm doing that. Making my first 3-letter word.
Aha.
I mean,
I'm
it
going to
really is a
go
game
with
all about
P.
balancing things. So, everyone prepared?
Yes. Ah, I don't like this card.
Xylophonists.
No.
Steamy xylophones.
S. I'm having S.
Oof. Alex is right. It is a potentially risky move. I might be, but I don't think E at the start of a word is the best choice. We'll see what comes up next. I or B?
I know
B.
this.
Aw.
So the
Bez is brilliant. Indeed.
hmm.
Um,
Only English words are allowed, right?
nah, as long as you know what it means.
C, like it's yes in
SI, yep,
Spanish.
yep. We
S
can play
I.
multilingual.
Okay.
Industrial baritonists. Interesting ball gown. Got AJ. This is AJ's favourite card. There is a wonderful person called AJ LeBron. Shouts out to them if they are ever watching this. And every time that I pick up this card, I kind of think of them. Same as
Oh,
Aldrin.
so another juice. Um,
A jacket.
oh, another jacket.
Awkward jealousy.
Awkward.
Angling. Jilting. Angling.
I'm going with A. Amor.
L.
L.
Amiable joggers. In case you needed a reminder of what the last card was. M. Extreme lethargy.
Yeah, I'm going with E. Extreme loser.
So I've scored off my O as a 1-letter word and put in the L. I know vowels are pretty important, but I do have 2 of my lines ending in a vowel, so a consonant is not too bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves everyone. I mean, in an ideal world, that would be the case, but
Easy like SB.
Sexy baritonists. Just thinking of really got sex on the brain, it turns out. Scorpion bungee summoners.
I'm just looking up on internet if yes. I have my 3 words. Deep.
What's going on with me? Supple bandoliers. Supple bandoliers sing brilliantly. Tender loving.
Ta-li.
Oh yeah,
T-L.
tally.
Ta-li.
Talita.
Ta-li. T-L. Okay.
That finishes my second three-letter word.
Me
I am realizing
too.
that I need to slow down on the three-letter words. I need to get to a few more two letters.
I need one letter words because I have a square here in my points. Can you see?
Oh yes, you really need those one letters. That's not great.
Oh no.
I believe in you.
Let's
Salita
go.
is lovely.
I am.
I
M
think
A. Uh, so hmm, I'm wondering. Okay.
a magpie angrily maneuvers around, menacingly, arguing menacingly.
I'm having my first one-letter word.
Congratulations. I
Hey,
decided to
one line.
turn my
Yeah.
L into a two-letter word. We've got 7 cards left, I believe. T
T.
or C?
I will
This is
take.
Tom Cauldron's favourite card because, of the
Uh-huh. I will take C, I guess. C.
correct. Potentially. So I was thinking of a synonym for potentially that starts with T or C. Um, t- sorry. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. I've got T to start off a new one. Oh,
Mm.
are we free with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Yep, we are 2/3 of the way. We've only got 6 cards left, including this one, now for us. And yeah,
Not funny.
no.
uh, okay.
Scored my la as a word, giving me a line, and I've got N on the go, so I need to do something with that N and a T.
Okay. Yeah, I have a C and an N. Like one beginning with C and another one with the N.
Everybody knows kings emote.
We'll have to skip this one, I guess. No, I'm going to try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try E.
Yeah. Use the vowel. Use
Yes.
the vowel, Luke. Use the vowel. You okay? So there's 4 cards left. Getting to the end again. N or B. Nobody believes Noddy. I'm using that N to make a 3-letter word, which is 10, which means that now I have a bit less flexibility, unfortunately, which means that that is going to have to be scored as a 2-letter word.
Mm.
So now I'm all about finding the ones and the twos. Fingers crossed, we will see what happens. And I only have 3 cards left. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
God. Oh my God.
I need to have like 2 ones. I don't think I'm going to win. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
I
I.
I'm quite impressed indeed. Quality indeed. Because it's a 1-letter word, of course.
Yes. Okay, I did I here as well.
Oh yes. You keep doing new words. the ideal is to have 3 of each. That's what you really want to aim for, which would be 30 points, the maximum score. Sorry, just making a quick note because I thought I'd. Okay, so the next one, E or Y. Oh,
EY.
I'm not happy about that. I'm just going to look up NE to see if it's a word in.
I'll
No,
take Y.
I mean, could definitely do NE and turn it into a 3 letter. At least it's 3 points, even if I'm not going to get the maximum points. And to be fair, NE does mean ne, like in French, to be born.
Okay.
Finally, I or y. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Can I use a German word?
Yeah, use German, use all the languages. We're playing this on multilingual mode. I mean, if you want to make it harder for yourself, next time maybe I should play it's like no English at all, and I'm only allowed to do German or French. Next time I play MELL, because so at the end I score the I's as 1 letter and the NE as a 2 letter,
You made a little hair like going.
because that means that I scored again the
Ah,
perfect score twice in a row.
yeah, I got
So,
a bit better, but not quite. I'm still learning with this one.
so do see a what's that? Double line? Das, oh dab, pet and
Deb,
Roy.
Deb.
Oh, Prey got 23. Congratulations. Same as Tally, I think.
Yeah, I get 10, 23. Nice. High
And
five.
I had or sorry, I had or sat 10, I, o, la, ne, and is and I. So if I had to put them all into a sentence, I would say, oh, 10 people who were ne December 1959 sat on a big chunk of ore that I saw, and oh la la, there, that ore is very painful to sit upon, I think. That is a sentence that I could make with all those words. And, oh, did you get 30 as well, Alex? Congratulations. Or are you just celebrating me? I did. No,
I believe Alex is playing as well, right?
yeah, Alex was playing as well. And if you managed to get 30, then many congratulations. And I got
Aha.
I, Oxtan, A, he, rec, I, ne, and say. Oh, what does say mean?
It's German. To be.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. Nice words. So I think that, yeah, now I've got 30. I think I've got 30, like 3 of the past 4 games I've played. Now probably I should play only in non-English. That's how I'm going to make it a little bit harder for myself. Practice
uh,
my French and German.
But the thing is that in English and German, it's easy to find short words. Spanish, like French, maybe the pronouns and some, yeah, the articles. But then, like real words, I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
1 letter words are there in French? Because I is je, a is un or un,
Mhm.
and oh, I don't even know what. Oh, I don't know what. If I say I can use any language other than English. Genuinely, what 1 letter words are there? And that's the tricky thing. Maybe I could use English only for the 1 letter words, but not for the
Yes.
two or three letter words. That might be interesting.
Yeah, because I really cannot tell you like in Portuguese or Spanish one letter word. Like maybe e, but I don't know. I have to look at the dictionary if it's actually a word. But we don't have this.
So, let's A and
Ah,
Y.
that says
What do
is
they
a type
mean?
of whale.
What do A and Y mean? J'ai un
Uh,
j'ai, oh,
ah,
à la mode, of course. À la je vais à la cuisine or
it's a preposition. Yes, in Portuguese we have
to.
this as
Like A
well.
means
Yes,
to, and I don't know what Y means. I forgot that.
in Spanish it's also like and y is
Oh,
e. Bez
me
Italita.
gusto Bez Italy juego.
Uh, Bez Itali juegan. No,
Juegan.
it's we are there. Ah,
Nosy
okay.
som. Mm. And yeah, Tally knows all about the Spanish. So at this point, I like to do recent highlights, living life and enjoying the sights, recent highlights. I would like everyone to tell me what has been their recent highlights and what have you enjoyed recently. Honestly, since you last saw me, I've actually, you know what? Tally can attest to this. I did actually do a quick bit of working out. I did do like 1 minute of pushing up. I did about 2 minutes of sitting up with the full thing to the tune of Flower. And yeah, I felt good about that. That was a recent highlight. And of course, just having Chris, having a nice chat with Chris, saying goodbye to Layla, that was lovely. And so, yeah, what was a recent highlight for you in the chat? Pray, Alex, let us know. And Tally, what was one of your recent highlights?
I'm happy that I'm finishing the sell sheet for Dogo Dash and also working on the Kickstarter material. And this has been what I was looking for since 2 years already. So to accomplish this and to see everything like coming to place, it's making me very happy and very fulfilled. And also, I started a new job on Monday, and that's why I'm working a lot this week. I'm very happy about it. And I'm also happy because I will have the chance of playing games from other developers on the weekend. I subscribe to a lot of testing groups in Brazil as well. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what people are doing and have some ideas, maybe make some new games since yeah, almost done with Dogo Dash.
That sounds lovely. And yeah, in the chat, let's see what Praise says. Congratulations on the new job.
Thank you.
And says, I played quite a few real life games solo instead of playing apps. That does sounds lovely. I mean, sometimes there's something really nice about handling those cards and just spending a few minutes on it, or even, yeah.
I'm actually planning on making a solo game, a solo board game. I had the idea last week, and I was talking to some friends last night about it. Because sometimes you just want to play something and by yourself, and it's very cool to have many options. And I'm really interested in knowing which plays there are for solo game players, so I can see what they, yeah, how they have the fun and the challenges. I'm
I mean, I
very
think that
interested.
there's all sorts of games that you can play. I mean, my own Kitty Cataclysm, I'm quite proud that, it plays solo in about 5 minutes. or maybe if you really strategize and you really think about it, 10 minutes. But then there's so many that, I've got this on my. Whoops, something was about to fall down. Asteroid Escape. This is a puzzle that I bought just when we were about to go into lockdown. And it's kind of moving things around. There's something nice about puzzles. It's like just, okay, yeah, if you enjoy basically moving things and that's the joy that you get from a solo game, maybe consider puzzles because it does scratch a similar itch. But it's all lovely things. And Alex just heard her son giggling in bed, reading Roald Dahl books. That does sound lovely.
Oh, so lovely.
Now, for MELL, Free MELL is a game that is finished, as far as I am concerned. Yay for puzzles. And for MELL is a game, as well as 5MELL, obviously, are games that still kind of like, yeah, does this work? Is this as good as that? Is it a viable thing to play with the deck? And so, as you can see down below, it basically works exactly the same as Free MELL, except instead of being 1, 2, and 3 plus, it is 2, 3, and 4 plus. I'm sure you get where this is going. So, Andrew Dennison suggested this in order to kind of, I don't know how to describe it, in order to kind of say, well, you're not as reliant on those one-letter words, because I think Andrew Dennison didn't find the one-letter words as satisfying to me. And also it means that you can get away with slightly fewer consonants, potentially.
Let's try. I'm ready.
Yeah, we've tried it once or twice before. We'll see how it goes. This is the one where we're still trying to work out, is this good or... So, let's start off with E or K.
Oh.
And I am playing in English as well for this one.
Enchanted kitty.
E or K.
I'm gonna go with
escaping, killing everybody.
I'm gonna go with K.
We've got nobody's best nurse.
I'm gonna go with N. N.
I've got my first word, N.
N.
Like an N dash.
N.
Ernest Knights. Nobody die. Nobody drown. Darling, do not despair.
I'm gonna go with D, darling.
I too am going
and
to
yeah.
Have you made the same word?
End up doing the same.
Well, apparently everyone's come to an end. E or L?
L, okay.
Everybody loves Ernest.
Okay, I'm gonna go with E.
Remember, it's all about keeping your options going. I feel like the 4MELL might be a tiny bit harder than 3MELL. I'm not sure if both are viable. Like, we'll discuss this at the end. Roll wildly, randomly.
I have my first 3 words.
New. Nice.
So the points
Hmm.
counting is like two letters, 2 points, three points, four plus up to how many
4 points.
points?
And so that would be 9 points for all three. And
Mm-hmm.
that's also a thing that we don't know exactly how to do. I'm thinking it might be um, 6 for having a perfect set, because then it's 15 points and then it's quite easy to count. The other way to do it would be to say, okay, it's an extra 4 points still, because then
Mm-hmm.
it's 12. It has to be enough. Like 5 points makes it 13, which is probably also,
Odd
then you've got
numbers are like a bit
left.
difficult to count, or I don't know. I would be okay with 15 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess 2, 3, 4, and if you get a perfect set, it's +6. So you get, because I do want to incentivize people to have the perfect balance, and that is what the game is ultimately all about. So maybe
Mhm.
that's where we go, and then the best score is 45. Anyway, really will roll on. T or
TD.
T? Hmm. Wait, I'm going to start. Nah, I don't like this idea, Alex. I mean, I respect you as a designer, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know if this is a serious suggestion even. Like a bonus of 1, that just doesn't incentivize me. Then it's like, yeah, I don't feel like, oh my god, I managed to get 30, as opposed to normally I get 27 if I just make 4 letter words and 3 letter words. That kind of feels like such a tiny thing. It doesn't feel like exciting. Do you know what I mean? I think I want
Yeah,
that excitement. T or G?
T or G.
Do you need to
Oh
go?
no.
Three.
I'll have to skip this one.
I'm going to end my end, score a 3 letter, and I guess I will go with the T. Difficult here. Terrible monkey. Mm. And this is really mean. I mean, so many consonants in a.
Yes, how can I make words like this?
But
Not
at
even
least
in
you can do the
German.
R.
Yeah, I'm also TR here. Très bien.
Oui, oui. Ce n'est pas très grave. Ce n'est pas grave.
Ah, now
Oh,
I have.
yeah.
Now they are there.
This is
I'm
a good
going with
card for you and
you.
I.
I feel you.
Mm, I and you. Okay, I think we're about halfway through. Says A or L. Alan's favorite card. A
Okay.
landmark.
I have A here.
This is what I've got.
Hmm.
O C. Hmm.
Ah, okay.
I think I need to cross off one of these to make space. I'm going to cross off EU for a 2 letter and
Hmm.
put in an O,
Hmm.
of course.
Ah.
Cruising on.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Choose.
So
Okay.
I have to choose. So I
Okay.
I choose keep this one. because I have no option here.
That's a hard
Ah,
decision, but sometimes you have
yes,
to do it.
sometimes I have to say goodbye. Oh, and
Now here,
okay, I got N.
I'm just going to check Collins very quickly. I think Tran might be the word. No, it is not. Do that.
Oh,
Already regretting that. S or G.
S or G.
The last card could have been a nice holiday, but indeed it was nearly horrendous. This,
Okay.
comparatively, is a soft, gorgeous sunset.
Simple girl.
Hmm.
I got S here.
Okay, I'm going to pluralize tin to make tins and
Mhm,
score that off to make my first line. And I'm actually managing to do somewhat okay.
mhm.
4 mil is quite a bit meatier than the other one. R or B,
Or
really,
B.
Bez?
Really? I have to
Really
check it. Really?
believe it. Bez is reeling from bravado.
Uh, 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 no. Okay.
On the beat.
Orb. You put there, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Well, I can I use German word because now I have
Yeah,
DAS, the
you
das.
can.
So
Du kannst. Du, how do you say you can?
ja. Ja, du kannst oder
Du
du
kannst.
darfst.
Du kannst Deutsch benutzen. Is that correct?
Ja, genau. Yes.
Diese Karte ist A oder
W.
W. A or
Mhm.
W. Awkward William will angrily walk and wonder, are willies angular? Okay, I choose A. Ooh. O or F? Is this the card that you've been dreaming of?
Oh, okay, I got O. Oh.
I've crossed off orb to put down another one. I mean, it's interesting because just swapping one letter words for 4 letter words, it's
It's
yeah,
difficult.
makes
It,
such a big change.
yes.
Oh,
I feel I'm more stuck now than I was before. And I
ja,
cannot
sehr
go further with
schwer.
the long words. Sehr schwer.
O oder F. How do you say it? V?
V.
Vow.
Uh,
Obviously, vultures. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do with this.
uh, me neither here. I'm not. O oder V.
I mean, I could start using Latin and hope for a E and do Ave.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna to skip this. So I don't have many words with O in my mind. In the possibilities I have here, I would really use another V and or another vowel.
Okay, I've used Swedish and used av, which
Av.
means of.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or W. This is not what I'm wanting.
I have my first four letters.
Congratulations.
Yes. No. No.
Nice. Bree says they like this one better. And Alex says, which is the one where you get to wild? We were talking about that for 5 mil. That's in 5 mil. Maybe you need to have a vowel for as a wild. But oh, this is hard. I'm doing this. So that's how I am. Now I believe we've got 9 cards left. If that's correct, I will count them. Oof, oof. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is really terrible. Why did I put that W there? I did not leave myself. If only I put the W beside the O for ow. I did not leave myself many choices. I
No.
could do S, hoping for a T for Ost, like, German for East.
Yes.
Mm. Mm. This is a.
I got the S for me.
This is a struggling card.
Yes, a struggling card.
Okay. A or P.
uh,
Yes. Finally. Finally. Trap.
Trap.
Gives me 2 sets. Okay. Wow.
Okay, I'm getting A.
Alex says this is scintillating conversation. Thank you very much. So, A or P?
I got A.
Okay. Anyone not prepared?
A
I'm just going to count up how many letters we've had so far.
pleasure.
21. So 21. We play with 27. So there should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. Yep, there should be 6. So just because sometimes these cards get stuck together because of their sleeves, so I'm just ditching one because there was clearly one extra. So we've got 6 cards to go.
Oh my god.
And I'm just laying them out. Well, see, like I just fanned them out, and when I was dealing them out, this is the problem with cards in sleeves when you do prototypes. It's much nicer when you have the final cards, and then it's like, yay, you get to shuffle them nicely.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so A or G? A or
Oh.
G? Okay. Again,
Why are so many A's?
going on.
Okay.
I've decided for wah. Maybe I'm thinking of wag or way or wad or wah.
I got G here.
Wah. Did you maybe skip one, Prey? Prey says that they skipped one. You should have 22 now, including this one. How many do you have, Tally? How many letters do you have on your paper, and did you skip any?
I have 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 I have here. So I think I skipped some more than 2.
Did you skip any, Prey? Let us know, because, I mean, I don't think I did any letter twice accidentally. But yeah, if you missed one, I'm really sorry. I don't know if maybe I went a little bit too fast at one point. Okay, so we're back to the sexy xylophonists. The screaming xenophiles.
Okay, I get the ass.
Alex, do you mean 21 before this one, presumably? Okay. Um, it's possible that I made a mistake. I mean, we could replay the video to see what happened, but it doesn't really matter. If two people don't think that they made a skip, what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, skip discard because actually that's quite hard for me because I would love to do wax. You know, just for the record, I would love to do wax, but I'm going to skip this card. I'm going to put down another card, and so we'll count this as a 20-second card. So now there's 5 cards down, so we'll hopefully get to 27 for everyone.
Okay, so but can I use this one because I
Yeah, yeah,
would
yeah.
really love to use it. The
Because
S.
we're going to assume that I made a mistake. That's what
I
we're
don't
doing.
think you did. I think I skipped.
No, because Alex and Prey in the chat, they have 21, no squips. Well,
Okay.
and then 20 letters, not skips that they remember. But anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
everyone's got an S or an X. So, Extreme, X-Men, Xena Warrior Princess. X is so hard. The xylem in the stem of the plant. Really?
RD.
Okay.
Hmm.
I've got war. What is it good
War.
for? Well, sometimes war is good for making a word in a word game. Hits it again now.
Uh-huh.
Okay, really doing this? Ready?
Can are we considering add as a one word or is not? Because I see here on the dictionary it says ad is a name informal for an advertisement.
Yep, AD, absolutely, that is a 2-letter word.
Okay. Okay.
Now we've got 4 left. Who's feeling confident? I'm feeling like it's possible, but I'm not feeling confident at all. I'm,
I'm having fun. Like I can not be confident, but I'm having fun anyway.
I'm glad to hear that.
Aha. Oh my god. Oh.
Bez is beaming. Okay,
Mhm.
Warp. Not I. Prey is not feeling confident, apparently. Sorry to hear.
Okay, I got B here.
But, you know, it gives us room to improve. Do you know what I mean? If I manage to get the perfect score on this one, then I'll feel more achievements, I think. I or B. Now there's only 3 cards left. Oh my gosh. This is
Jeez.
crazy. O or D. O or D. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I need to make a 2, 3, and 4, which means that Bo needs to be my 2. I need to get to T to make Ost, and something to make warp or wear. Oh dear indeed.
Ah, yeah, I got D here as the beginning a new word of a new word.
I'm glad that DI helped you. And hopefully the O or D do as well. Now this is the penultimate card. This is the second to last card, and it is O.
Oh,
Osh. Osh.
nice. I love it.
Ooh.
I have O here. I just need 1, 2, and 1, 4, and I can get the perfect. But
Wait
I
a
don't
minute.
think we have enough cards.
Wait a minute. Is os? That's a Portuguese word.
Oh, yes, yes. It's like
And
the.
boo is a three-letter English word. I'm going to double check that. That's, yep, boo, of course, to boo someone. So that means that I just need to get something to extend the boo or the war.
Mhm.
If the last letter is an E, I think Alex is going to get a perfect score. So, oh, this is what it all comes down to. This final card. I
Oh
do
my god.
know what this card is. It is.
Ah! No, I can't believe it. Dope. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
well, it helped
So,
me somehow as well.
in the final I got Boo, Os, and Warp for another 2, 3, and 4, which I get a perfect score again.
I got almost there. Almost there. Almost.
Oh, that is pretty good though. So that's 30 plus. So you got 35.
Yes, again.
So did you get 45 as well, Alex? Assuming that column is 15. Op. I think op is a word, OP. Let me double check it. Yep, op. An op is a medical operation. And ops are military operations. And also an op is an opportunity. For example, a photo op.
Mm.
So yes, you can totally do op. So how have you done, Pray? And thank you for. And Aquasulis got so more guns, 2 end wide, ew, spa over. Feel free to make that into a sentence if you want. I got end, trap, boo, ew, orb, oz, tins, av, and
Uh,
what. Os means the in Portuguese, and av means um,
off.
in the language of people who that Scandinavian country. Swedish? Yep, it's Swedish.
I had no ed b nu trug das s do. Uh,
Nice. It's a nice ass.
yeah, it's a new trug s.
So I'm going to give a short story with my things. This is like the victory lap. It it was the end of the tins of warp speed. The orb had a trap in it, and us trap started to boo. And I'm just mixing my languages, but that's what happens.
I love this. It's a very polyglot game.
And Prey got ew, ow, op, end, mar, 2, ding, asps, and grid. Wow, Prey got 45 as well. Nice work.
Congratulations!
So, yeah, tell me which one you preferred. I yeah, which one do you prefer? And would you not tonight, but in future, if we were to play again, would you like to play 3 MELL again or 4 MELL again? Let us know.
I liked both of them. They are different. The challenge is, I think, the challenge is bigger with the trivial because
Really?
now I can see I got more words here. Like I thought the formal would be more difficult because the longer words need they need more letters. But at the end, I don't know. I got a better score, so yeah, I'm biased.
Hmm. Well, I mean, there's a higher maximum score. Like the other one, you can only get
I
up to
would play
30.
both of them again. I think we can do like a combo.
Oh, Aquasulis has a story. I wanted to end all the guns. They mar so much of this life. I crunched them up and spread them far and wide. Now it's over. I'm off to the spa. That is a really nice story.
Yes.
And yeah, so I think, yeah, on a future Tuesday, I think that I'm going to consider 4 mil done. Let's call it 6 points. That feels like it makes sense to me. So it's 2, 3, 4, and a bonus of 6. And even though it's a little bit longer, the reason I like 3 mil is it feels slightly easier to explain to people. And because it's shorter, you can play it twice very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Although, having said that, you could play 3 mil and then go to 4 mil straight away. But
Yeah, I think they go well combined.
thank you very much for joining us, Prey, and I hope you have a lovely evening with whatever you're getting up to. Wink.
Have fun.
So, I assume that Alex is also skedaddling. We are going to. Well, it's lovely to see you, Alex, and I hope to see you at some point in the not too distant future. And yeah, so we were thinking about. So before we go, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. This is the goodbye song, but it's only for them. So let me look at the thing and double check to see if um. So it doesn't look like Molly is able to join us this evening. That's a bit of a shame. Um, I was hoping to play How Much Money, but that's not a game that can really work with 2 players. But maybe I could explain it to you. So, have you played How Much Money, Tally?
No, no, I'm curious to know.
I will explain it to you. And if anyone randomly pops in and wants to join in with us, then we will be able to play it with 3. You can't quite play it with 2. 2 is like that. So, let me get rid of this banner. And how much money? How much money? How much money is the name of a game? How much money?
How much money?
Where you guess how much money it would take to make us do some crazy stuff. And the closest without going over wins a point. So that's why you need at least 3 people, because you need at least 2 people guessing. You can also ask clarifying questions in the comments. Now, I don't think it'll work well, but like just we can do 1 or 2 questions each just to see how it goes.
Sure.
And I will explain the rules to you. So I do remember that I'm going to try and get the cards up, and you can choose from things that do not make you feel uncomfortable, because I do not want you to be uncomfortable, of course.
Mhm.
Now, can you read these cards?
Oh,
Is that text
ah,
too small?
yes, because I'm seeing here.
Or is this better now? Can you read
Yes,
this?
yes, yes. Now, yeah.
Okay, so let's say that I have this card. I choose that I want to talk about what is a can of raw sword. Um, okay, let's say how much money would it take me to wear earplugs that completely block my hearing for a week?
How much?
How much money would it
I,
take?
I I have to guess any amount. The sky is the limit.
Well, what happens now normally is that you kind of yeah, starts asking questions. So you're like, okay, Bez, are there things that you want to listen to? You ask any questions that you want.
Okay, so do you listen to music in your daily life?
Oh yes, quite a bit.
Would you enjoy life without music?
Slightly less.
Slightly less. Okay. And do can you communicate in signs?
I
Uh,
cannot speak sign language.
okay. And do you enjoy hearing people talking to you, or texts are enough for you? Like you
I
can live well with.
definitely appreciate it when I have a phone conversation with someone or a video conversation. For me, writing is just a bit more effort, and yeah, reading isn't too bad, but it's a bit much to say, hey, I'm going to um, speak to you and you just write to me.
Hmm. Okay, and do you think you're going to enjoy some days of total silence without freaking out?
I mean, it would certainly be an experience. I'm intrigued, maybe even a little curious. It's certainly not something that I would do for free, put it that way. It's not
Okay.
something that I would do for free. Maybe like if I had these amazing earplugs or headphones, then I would put them on maybe for, I don't know, an hour or something just to really try it. But I wouldn't do it for, couldn't, I mean, yeah, honestly, like the biggest thing for me is really practical. I'm yeah, just talking to people. I'm talking to Chris. I'm doing live streaming. I'm playing things, and it's kind of okay. What do I do now? And yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, then you are kind of um
okay.
using a
So
lot
I'm
your
well, I'm going to
heat.
change this game because there's only two of us. So now, not normally, what would happen is you would make a guess, someone else would make a guess, and then we would see who's the closest without going over. Does that make sense?
You write down the amount of
Yeah, so
money
like if it was
already.
you and Molly, then you would write down the amount, Molly would write down the amount, and then you would see who's the actual closest.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay, I'm going to write down the amount for these wear earplugs. So the amount that I think you would actually want for wear earplugs that completely block your hearing for a week.
I'm going to try and be this is quite difficult. Okay, I'm going to go for the point at which I would seriously have to think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Um yeah. Okay. What
Because this is
number did you think?
I think it's about like if you were not going to be able to do the live streamings or so. So I put the amount of 10,000.
10,000, okay. That was my I was actually thinking of that. You can see I crossed it out. And then I was like,
Ah!
at what point would I start really thinking about it? Because if I could pick a week, if I, I'm assuming if I had to do it this week, then it would be more like 10,000 because, you know, there's the UK Games Expo coming on, the everything going on. Like I've got people planned to come, like Kelly, and I'd feel like I'm letting all those people down. I'd feel like I'm
Mm.
letting everyone down at UK Games Expo. But if it's £10,000, you know, I definitely would be like, okay, yeah, yeah, maybe you know it's okay, and I can even pay someone to you know help me with everything, which would be quite good. But if it's something where okay, a week that I choose, yes, I wouldn't be able to do live streaming with other people, but and I wouldn't really be able to do the Tuesday thing. But I could at least do the morning thing on my own, if you know what I mean. I could sort of review a game, but I couldn't talk to Chris. I couldn't talk to Layla. I couldn't talk to Angie. I wouldn't be able to listen to podcasts. I think that might make me go a bit mad as well, just if I heard literally nothing.
Hmm.
And so for me, it would take, quite a bit, for sure.
Yeah, I got close to the amount then because I got the same mindset. Like, if you have a lot to do and you like just suddenly cannot hear because you have this challenge, so it has to have a good amount of money.
So we'll say that you scored 3.3 because you were 3.3 times. Um, so now looking at the cards, is there one of these that you would like to pick, and then we can wrap up maybe? Which one is
uh,
interesting?
Not touch another person for a month.
Okay,
It's the 42. Yeah.
yes. Okay, so how much money would it take you to not touch another person? So who was the last person that you touched, can I ask?
My partner.
And how many people have you touched in the last month?
It's difficult to say because it's a pandemic, but I have some close friends and family, so I would say around 9 people the last month.
What's the longest you think you've ever gone without touching anybody?
0 days, 0 days in my life.
Do you think it would impact your mental health a lot?
Totally,
Do you
for
think it
sure.
would impact the mental health of your partner and your family?
Yes.
Hmm.
So I'm Brazilian, and our culture is a bit touchy, I would say. Like, it's not that we are going to like be disrespectful or so, but we are used to like kiss, to say hello, and to hug. And this is like part of my like I grew up like this. Moving to Europe was a bit difficult, not having any contact. And to be honest, I have a few days last year that I didn't touch anyone because my husband was traveling and the weather was very bad. So I stay home for like a week, and I didn't have any other human contact like close. But I had a lot of internet contact, but it's not the same. So I think it's possible not to touch a person for like a month. It's possible, but yeah, it doesn't mean that it's going to be super cool.
Okay, I'm going to put down a number.
Me too.
Actually, I'm going to make it a more weird number.
Well, I put a yeah.
So I initially wrote down 30,000, but then I made it 28,000.
Ah, okay. I actually put here 50,000. And I
Oh,
will tell you why. I'll tell you why. After the lockdown and quarantining, I felt so lonely. Like, although I have my partner, I felt like I need other people around me so I can be well. So and something I learned now. Of course, I had some experience before when we moved to Germany. We moved to a city which is a small city, and it was difficult to have social contact there. So I spent a lot of time alone, and I was very depressed. And then when I had the lockdown, I had like kind of a flashback, and I was like,
mm,
no, I don't want to be like this. and I had to work a lot on myself and to think positive and to interact with people online, talk more to new friends and meet more people and get in touch with people I didn't like talk for years, because that I know I care about people. It's like part of myself. So I put 50,000 pounds or euros, or dollars, like whatever. I
I mean,
I
there's a
I
big
think
difference now you mention it between £50,000 and $50,000. I mean,
yes. The currency, it's relevant
I should have
in
asked you.
certain
Like, I
point.
should have thought. Like, if you're saying in euros, I would have probably gone slight marginally higher. I was basically thinking, okay, you're going to probably need some therapy or something to make sure
Yes.
that you're kind of mentally okay. You're going to want to get a large amount of money so that it's enough to free you up for like a year or something.
Yeah,
That you
I would travel. Like, I use the money to travel and see my family in Brazil and my friends. So I think, like, I was thinking about going like a bit below 50, but I thought, like, no, if I'm going to see everyone, then I'm going to spend a lot of money if I go to see all my friends and my family. So then I thought, okay, 50,000. I thought about euros, to be honest, but uh,
no, that's fair. I mean, yeah. So slight, you know, keep. Yeah, this is not a particularly happy subject, and it's a weird one because in a way, a lot of these things are kind of okay things that you don't want to do, and so maybe they talk about unpleasant things. And I guess, um, yeah. So I've not properly embraced anyone for quite a while, and
uh-huh.
it is really saddening. And when I see McCall, we do the kind of elbowing and then the foot and at least that kind of feels like something. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm,
We play
mhm.
low, like when we depart, it's really nice, and it's like I do feel sad to not be, hugging my friends and my the people around me and but like if I go to see my family for example, unless I'm isolated for 2 weeks beforehand, how do I know I'm not spreading something to my family?
Is
And
there
it's
exactly?
such a kind of difficult thing, and then also it's like me spreading to them, like for my parents it's very much me spreading to them. For like, you know Nicole or anyone that I'm living with, it could be them spreading to me as well. It's a two-way thing because
Yeah.
I think the people in this house are less worried than my parents are, maybe, but it's definitely a difficult thing, and I do really miss that. And the only reason I'm doing that now is because I feel like maybe lives are at stake, and yeah, but if so in a way for me right now, given everything else going on, I would be like, okay, to not even do the elbow bumping, is that a big difference? I don't know, but it still feels like even that is like the last vestige of something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's because it kind of makes you in a bubble, like a because if you do not touch another skin, or another being, another person, you kind of I don't know. You have you lose the connection at some point, like not in 2 days or 2 weeks, but after a month of not touching anyone, like no one, not even like if by mistake. It's yeah, it's I don't know how it would be for me. Like, I think there are people that are able to do this. My mom is in quarantine alone in Brazil, and she's not touching anyone for months now. But she has her dogs,
Oh yeah.
and yeah,
I
I
mean, if
think
you've got another, it sounds horrible to say, but if you've got another living body beside you, even if it's not necessarily human, it can sort of satisfy a little bit of that desire for touch, like having a little cat or a puppy that you can embrace,
Yes.
or a cow or whatever animal that, or a horse that you're like, oh, lovely, beautiful horse, I'm going to give you a hug.
And I think dogs and cats are very interactive. Like I think the other animals as well, but the dogs especially, they want to hug. They want to like touch. Cats are like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But dogs are like more like I really need your attention now, please, human. Look at me. And I think this helps. But I don't have any pets, unfortunately. So I was thinking about not touching anything at all
Hmm.
for 1 month. So maybe I actually like adopt a pet. If I get 50,000 euro, I can look for a house that I can have a place to have a cat or a dog or both. I get to rent, not to buy.
So let's finish up, I guess. Like you can see how that could. So that's kind of, if you. I guess I should have said at the start that you could. Someone in the comments, maybe, if you guessed, were you closer than us? Were you further away than us? And I guess that might be interesting for someone watching the video after the fact. Um, it is coming up to, it feels like a natural point to start winding down. And so if I sorry, find my banners. Um do.
It got a bit sad. I don't want to end up in this low beats.
No,
We have to
no,
put
it's
it.
so now we start winding down with the, so to recap, we played free mill and I got a perfect score, and then
You
we played free
three
mill
times,
again and I got a perfect score again. And
three
then,
times. Then you
oh
play
yeah,
four mil.
and then we played 4 mil, and I got a perfect score, as did Prey and Alex. And
You're
so,
a winner, baby. You're a winner. Really, like, and you know many words in many languages. Like, I really want to play this again so I can learn a little vocabulary.
I mean, I was looking up a few words along the way, so I have to admit, but I quite like the notion of just looking up the words along the way, and or maybe to kind of make it more difficult, saying, okay, you can only stick to um, maybe for 3 mil. I definitely find that's easier than the 4 mil. For 4 mil, it's like quite tense. It's 27 cards, which is quite a bit longer than 18. It's like 1.5 times as long. And then it gets more difficult because you've got to think of the 2, 3, 4 letter words. Because 4 letter words, it's so much harder than a 1 letter word, of course. And that's basically what you're doing. You're swapping those 1 letter words for the 4 letter. But I think that's Andrew Dennison saying that we should try 4 mil and only do 3 of each. I think, Andrew, this seems like the game. This seems like it's done. And so we'll maybe sometimes play 3 mil, sometimes play 4 mil, sometimes we might play both. And I don't know what you think about the two games and the relationship with each other. Does it, I mean, especially on a live stream where sometimes you get newcomers, you don't always want to be jumping straight into the harder thing. It's sometimes
Mm.
nice if you play something easier first and then you lead up to it. But
I feel that Formal has more strategy in it. Like I was thinking a lot before choosing a letter. Like I think it takes a little bit longer because yeah, you need to like think it through. Like you can do the way you did, like looking up online, but I think even so, yeah, there's a place for strategy as well.
for sure. I mean, yeah, working out which one's the two or the three or the four, it feels like a much more serious commitment than working out which one's the one, two, or three. Because by the time you get to a two-letter word, you've already committed, to the shape of the words. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
Whereas when it's a one, two, or three, it's like, okay, you kind of just do what comes up. Whereas two, three, or four, you need to contribute a bit more and guide the word towards its final destination.
Yeah, and what happened to me is that I really have one word in my head, and I was like, I really want to get out of this because with the same letters or the same prefix, you can build other words, but then you get stuck, or in my case, I got stuck like with one word in my mind, and I couldn't think about other words
Sorry, I am
with the same
listening. I'm
letters.
just, the light is constantly flickering. I'm going to go and try to, yay, stopped it
Ah, it was
flickering.
easy. You just touched it, huh?
Oh no, it starts flickering again. I might just turn it off. Um, let's see what that. Okay, I'll do that. That feels better. So at least it's not going to, yeah, be flickering all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this actually feels probably a little bit nicer. But yeah. So that's the recap. As we wrap up, do you have anything particular that you want to say?
I want to thank you for the invitation. It was very fun. Although it was like the two of us and Alan and Prey playing online, it was a very good interaction with the chat. They are very fun as well. I really like the other day we played the game with a lot of people. It's also very fun. But I think I got to understand better the rules now of the
Hmm.
game and understand how to play. And I would love to play with my friends as well. So it's a very nice party game and interactive game. And it's very good to see it works online so well.
Yeah,
So
actually, this is something that only exists because of the lockdown, free MELL, and well, it started off. If someone actually wanted to watch all the videos, the first video, when was it? I might actually probably watch it a few months down the line once I've got a bit more time or once all this finished. Oh, how did that game start? Like a year down the line, because now it's all up on YouTube. And I think it was March the 20th, something like that. So it was just after Aircon. That's how I was feeling a bit down. I phoned up Sally. Sally was like, yeah, dancing is cancelled. I'm feeling a bit down. My date's been cancelled. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm not going to the um I think I'm not going to the bar to play games tomorrow, and so I don't know what I'm going to do. It's a Tuesday night, I've nothing to do. Hey, do you want to maybe play games together online? We can arrange something. And so it was myself and Sally, and then Mark Cook from Aircon joined us, and I think there was also someone else in the chat. And it was actually the idea back then was to have almost a set collection. I think it started off like it was quite different. But then it became okay, it's just one, two, and three, and then we go for the entire deck. And I was like, okay, well, going for the entire deck, the last bits is more interesting. And then we're like, okay, well, it's one, two, and three, but we'll only play 18 cards. And then it
uh-huh.
was like, oh, because of this now, Andrew Dennison decided to two, three, and four letterwords, and then 5 mil. And then separately, I tried, does Mickle work if you kind of change the rules slightly? Okay, that works, but it's a bit long. Let's try Mini Mickle. And Mini
Ah,
Mickle, it was only 24 cards. And then we tried Micro, which was 16 cards. And Micro is like Mini and Micro are quite different rules. It's not just changing the number of the cards like 3 and 4 mil, but and so, yeah, those ones, and even balanceable, where balanceable, you're working some words forward, some words backwards, and you need to get your first letter exactly in the middle if you can.
may
And
I
so,
ask how did you get to the amount of cards for 3 mil and 4 mil? Like you were
so
testing or?
free mail, basically, it was, we started off with the entire deck. and
Uh-huh.
the entire deck is 48 cards, and 1, 2, and 3 is 6. So divided by 48, that means that you can have 8 sets. And for a while, that was like, okay, now once you get into it, you're working on it. But then we realized that as we played it more and more and more on this stream, then it was a case of, oh, it's getting a bit samey. Do you know what I mean? It's feeling
Mm-hmm.
like it's yeah, the end is the interesting bit where you see, oh, does it play out? Do I get the maximum score? But everyone was getting between 65 and 80, and so it felt like most of the game was almost irrelevant. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey, what if we just totally cut this down? And then I tried 12 cards, just okay, 2 sets of each. And then I tried 18 cards, and it was like, okay, 18 is actually the way to go. And so
Nice.
sometimes you test it, and then sometimes you think it works, and then you play it with the whole deck, and then you play it maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 times, and then eventually it's like, oh, wait a minute, it's actually a bit too long. And so now it's like this short thing that's I'm quite proud of.
Yeah, it's a very good balanced game, and that's why I was curious because also like when you do the small deck for the game, do you like kind of look how many
Oh
vowels
no,
are there or no,
oh
or
no,
just
it's just
random?
completely random. So in theory, there are 18 cards with no vowels at all. And so in theory, you could be totally stuck. To be fair, you could be totally stuck with 48 cards if the first 18 cards have no vowels at all, but that's really, really unlikely. And frankly, if that happens, it just feels like everyone would be like, oh my god, this is so ridiculous. And
It's the middle finger of the game, like you don't have to.
I mean, with 5 mil, it felt like going down to 15 cards, that's a bit too much luck. And so maybe you put all the vowels in one deck, all the non vowels in another deck, and then you alternate because with 5 mil, it was a bit too much. We don't have the vowels that we need, and
Hmm.
a bit too much luck in it. But
Hmm. Yeah, but the game is nice. Thank you very much.
thank
I
you very
loved it.
much for.
I love losing. As I told you, like I was having fun, and that's what matters. When we are making a game, we want people to have fun with the game, and you achieve it. Fun is
Yay!
done.
Well, fun is only just. The fun has just begun for you. The fun is in a game that's new. The fun has just begun. Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining in. I want to say thank you to Alex and Prey. If you see this after the fact, it was lovely to have you with us. Um, thank you to everyone who pops by these chats. And if you want to check me out, I am stuffbybez.bigcartel.com, where you can buy some of my stuff. Twitter.com/stuffbybez, I tweet a lot. Instagram.com/stuffbybez, I share pictures of my games or stuff. Twitch.tv/stuffbybez, I stream. Facebook.com/thingsbybez is a thing. And stuffbybez@gmail.com, where you can go if you want to email me. And if people want to find you, Tally,
Dogodash.com, and Dogodash on Twitter, and also you can just Google my name. I'm very easy to find. I think I'm the only person with my the name is Talita Rhyme. So
and that's TALITARHEIN.
exactly.
Looking forward to hopes and ambitions, it's over to you for this final section. So let's talk about things that we're looking forward to. This is how I like to end the stream. Like, this is the actual final section. We've wound down. Now it's like, let's forget maybe some things that we don't need to worry too much about things. Let's think about what's good. Let's think about what we hope for. I've got some hopes for UK Games Expo. Um, like UK Games Expo has been stressing me out, but I've decided that, you know what, first I was thinking we'd do the Discord channel and also these streams, maybe like every 2 hours would be a stream. So um like 10 o'clock is just me talking, 12 o'clock is maybe me and one or two other people, then 2 o'clock is a different thing, 4 o'clock is a different thing, and each one lasts maybe between 40 minutes and an hour and a half, I don't know. And then yeah, at the end, that's it. And I was hoping that at the same time as all this was going on, I would be able to get a group of volunteers to be at the Discord and sharing the games and showing that off at the same time. But I think for me and for us, it's maybe too much for this particular thing. And so I think what I'm going to do is I worry that if I were to do the Discord, it would be it would just be bad. You know what I mean? I'm going to chat to Chris a bit tomorrow about this, but yeah, what I'm going to do is just a Twitch / everything else stream and playing some games. So if you're interested to see how Kitty Cataclysm plays, well, this is not a game that you can play via, you know, video chat, but you can play Kitty Cataclysm. I'm going to try and get this set up. Actually, that's a hope and ambition. I'm going to try and get this set up on Tabletopia. And then
Yes,
Kitty
yes.
Cataclysm, then we can all play it. And I would love to have another two people maybe to play it with me. And along the way, we're going to have like another stream where we play, like it's just some of the things other people will be able to join in, like Micro Muckle and Freemel, people can join in. Whereas some of the things like Kitty Cataclysm, it will just be a, hey, this is how you play. And then we also play, I'm thinking, Fable and Giftable and other games that are creative games that people can join in with. And we will also play a big game on Sunday, 2 p.m. is going to be Yogi Stock Guru, which is basically like 5 people, hopefully, are going to be companies, and then maybe 2, maybe 3 people are going to be traders, and yeah, it should be ridiculous and crazy. We will see how that goes down. So I'm hoping that I have a good thing. That's more a hoping than a looking forward to, because I think a looking forward to, for me, until I've done something multiple times, like I would have been looking forward to UK Games Expo 2020, because yes, there's a lot of new stuff. I'm trying to do things differently, but I kind of know that I've got people who can help me out and doing stuff. Whereas here, it's like, yeah, there's so much bewilderness. But in terms of what I'm looking forward to, which is a slightly different thing, I'm going to say that I am looking forward to seeing Chris tomorrow. And I am looking forward to heading out for a very quick walk. I'm not going to go very far. It might just be around the block, but I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. It's a good plan. I think we always have to think about things that we can do, but without making it stress, like to make it as fun as it gets. So I think the weekend is going to be great. You have a great plan. I will try to join in, but I have some Dogo Dash testing sessions with Brazilians and the Germans on the weekend. But if I get some time between, I will love to join. Would love to join you on Yogi or on Cataclysm, because I love Tabletopia. I played so much, like I started hating it because I didn't know how to deal with it. But then I met more the designers, and then I test more games, and then I got comfortable with the platform, and now I love it. And
Okay.
I'm playing a lot of games on Tabletopia now, and I'm having a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to play your game, to playing your game. And please let me know if I cannot do on the weekend. We can try another day, because if it's on Tabletopia, we can play at any
Yeah,
time.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the what's it called? I'm going to get the week trial and puts
Mhm.
up Kitty Cataclysm, and the L deck is already up. And then if I'll see how much interest there is. If other people end up playing it, then great. If it doesn't, if it seems like it's not worth it, then I'll probably just leave it and kind of have the normal account. But the L deck will be up there anyway, so you can play Alphabetical or Fable or any of the other things using the L deck, which is going to be on Tabletopia also, which although I need to work out how to write the email to make it a public thing. Um, have you made any of your things public on Tabletopia?
Actually, I just have the testing link, and what I do is I create a room and I share the room to with the players that are going to play the session. So I have two
Okay,
different.
so you
I have
haven't
one
made it
setup.
properly public yet.
No, not yet, because I'm still doing just the small testing sessions that I can kind of have a control of what's happening. And since we are like changing some graphics, and I'm still getting the feeling of people playing online, so I try to just have the rooms there and know the people that are playing the game. At some point, I will make it public, but I think after I do the crowdfunding or during the crowdfunding, before it's still a work like work in progress.
Does that make sense? Um, so we didn't. And yeah, if you are able to, like I say, the times will be 10 to, and sorry, 10, I'll be chatting myself. But then for people, other people to join in with games, it will be 12, 2, and 4 p.m. start
Hmm.
times. So if any of those days suit you, then please, you would be more than welcome. I would love to have you on.
Yeah,
And
nice.
what are you looking forward to, and what are your hopes and ambitions other than testing lots of times over the weekend?
Well, my hopes. I have a lot of work to do with my new job. So my hope and ambition is that I get on track and I can do everything the way that it has to be done, and that I can concentrate and do this stuff. So I'm going to be working a lot on myself. I'm also. As I said, working on the sell sheet for Dogodash. So I'm doing a lot of business or work kind of stuff that needs a lot of concentration and yeah, and skills that I was not very I was not very used to doing like for the last months, because I was just doing tests and playing, and now I'm going to this kind of business part, and it's very interesting. So I'm very ambitious that I'm going to learn, and I hope that this is going to go well.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a really exciting journey. And yeah, do you have a fixed date for when that goes on to Kickstarter, or is it a kind of when it's ready type thing?
I'm aiming middle of October, like to go with Spiel with this event in this German event, the Spiel Digital this year. And so I'm aiming to go like in the beginning of the campaign together with the Spiel, or in the middle of the campaign. Talking to Kickstarter people and to see if I can kind of get some inputs of like which date would be the best. So I'm still on working on it, and also learning, because I think I told you on Twitter already. Like I don't want to have the pressure of I want to get funded on the first day. No, I just want the game to get funded before the last day or on the last day, but just to get funded. This would make me happy. This is
I
my
mean, of
goal.
course, if you get funded before the last day, it can be a bit less stress. Like two of my projects have been funded like literally in the last like hour or so. one of one of them in a bind. My first ever projects. It was funded literally definitely in the last 2 hours, but and actually my L deck for the deluxe version, which I don't know whether I've got what's in here is I've actually not. Oh no, that's not that. But yeah, there's a deluxe version of the deck which I don't have to hand, and the L deck. Oh, here it is. So this
Ah.
is the deluxe version where it's just a nicer box. You can tell like it's actually kind of gold. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
sort of see that it's sort of shiny.
Yes. And this coughing like this up.
Yeah, it's a proper box. Like I mean,
Yes, very
like the
cool.
Kitty Cataclysm where it's like as opposed to here where it's a quick tuck box, which the
Yeah.
tuck boxes can get. And so honestly, like the having a sturdy box was the biggest quality of life improvements, if you know what I mean. Anyway,
Yes.
I did get funded, but I asked for enough money to cover everything, and that got funded. I think about 3 hours before the end, something like that. And I was like, oh my god, that's so amazing. I'm going to go out, buy myself a takeaway, and then I came back to sit down for the final 2 hours, and then I ate the takeaway whilst I basically. Kickstarter used to have a thing called Kickstarter Live. It was streaming, but only on Kickstarter. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Whereas I think that now that I have this system, I would probably do streaming a lot more, and I would probably, well, to be fair, I do streaming like at least once a day anyway. But I would probably do extra streaming if I was running a Kickstarter, like being okay, we'll play the game, every once a day. I don't know what time, but like kind of picking random times to say, yeah, we'll play this game, the game that I'm showing everybody. Let's play Kitty Cataclysm, and maybe I would be online, and I'd probably use Tabletopia. I think having been forced to do streaming and explore digital systems it has been like forcing me into a crash course of online marketing. I'm not going to lie, like basically I've never spent okay, that's not 100% true, but pretty much I've never spent any money on online marketing. So now I think about it, I have spent a little bit of money for someone for In a Bind to talk about it on their podcast, which was basically them just reading out a thing that I wrote. It was literally
Uh-huh.
just an advert. They said, "Oh, by the way, this is a thing," and then the person has a nice voice, and they've got a show called the Party Gamecast, and it's a big show. And then if you give them like a few dollars, then they will read out a thing on their show, which is very nice. And
Mm.
of course, if someone goes back and listens to that old show, it will be called In a Bind. Whereas now, I would rather they were looking out for Yogi or even Yogi Guru. This is the sequel to it. But the point is that it's now available as Yogi, which is the thing that people should be looking for. But you know, other than doing that, I'd not really done much digital marketing because I'd kind of been shying away. Do you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, most of my sales were when I was going to a place and showing off the game, and people sat down and then they played it and they were like, oh, this is actually a good game. But I'm almost thinking, okay, this is a big, maybe this is, I'm not going to say this is ambitious. I'm just saying this is something that I hope for, but I'm aware that it's on the cusp of whether it can happen or not. That's I was thinking, okay, like on the Thursdays, we had a few games that we really liked playing, like how much money? Maybe I should start just focusing on the games that work, even if there's like three of us, because how much money, you need a few people to make it work. And for sure, there's lots of people who will join in and then head off at 9 o'clock, which I totally understand. But I was thinking of having, if now that I've stopped the Thursdays, what if I had like a little convention, like a Bez convention, like once every month or two? Like, what if I don't know if I'm popular or if there's enough people who are interested, but like if it was like, okay, we'll get this up on Tabletopia, okay, you can play Kitsy Cataclysm. There'll be a few people that I ask to help as kind of volunteers for doing it via Discord. I'll do some streaming. And I mean, all the stuff that I was planning to do on UK Games Expo, okay, maybe I don't do the Discord and all that this time around, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe I build that up for a personal thing because if I'm not 100% convinced by the notion of spending money for an online convention, to be honest, like I'm not sure, I don't see how necessarily being part of Spiel or is being part of UK Games Expo going to send more traffic my way? I don't know. I guess I'll
Mm-hmm.
find out, frankly. And if I don't get more than 6 viewers for one of my streams, then I'll be like, yeah, it probably wasn't worth it. Because
Mm-hmm.
I normally get an average of 5 viewers for any of my streams. And so if it's not like a bit more, then that suggests to me that I should not be spending money on digital stuff in that way. But at the same time, there is kind of okay, everything else was going on that weekend. But what if I pick a weekend where nothing else much is going on? What if
Mm-hmm.
okay for this weekend we're doing a bit of extra stuff? We're just having even a 1 day convention. What if for that 1 day? Because Bez Day was really fun having all those people come in, and
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of looking for parts of what I'm not looking forward to on what my hope and ambition is kind of that this weekend goes well because I am worried about not having enough people that maybe it turns out a bit rubbish and especially for in a bond you need to have like I would say at least 6 people like 4 companies and 2 traders to make it interesting
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we'll get that but there's always the don't know what's going to happen and I yeah, maybe I should be more willing to be like, hey, if you join me, then yeah, we'll give you a shout out and kind of more commercializing it because yeah, I mean to be fair, like you go to Talita Ryan and you've got a great Instagram, you've got a lovely game, and you've got such positivity, and it was basically on your Instagram, sorry, on your Twitter. I'm trying to remember what that is. Twitter.com Talita. Um,
Now my Twitter handle I'm going to send you because it's
there we
my
go.
name, but it's
It's
I found
These
me. So,
rats. Oh, Talita Ryan backwards. I just
yes.
looked. So this is your thing, and it's why would you do that? Was Talita Ryan already taken?
No, I just did it because I don't know, boredom.
Because I mean, at a certain point, it's up to you. But if you want to have people following you, this is just a bit more difficult. And so I'm going to send that as a comment to all the things. So anyone watching can follow that link to your thing. And while I'm sharing links, I will also share a link to my YouTube because if you follow me, then I will. I only need 45 more people, and then I can get a real name. So that's me. I
Ah,
can be stuffed by Bez everywhere.
I don't know if I'm already following, but if I'm not, I'm going to do this now.
But
Stuff by this.
the that's something that I'm kind of thinking of. I'm not going to worry about it until after this weekend. I'm just focusing on one thing at a time anyway. But that's
Yes,
something that I
it's
was thinking about. It's like just being like, okay, let's play my games. Let's play games that I know it works really well. Let's play like a little mini convention. Do you know what I mean? And invite people to say, okay, if I wouldn't invite you right now because I've not played Doggo Dash. Like, now that I've maybe started learning Tabletopia, maybe next weekend, not
yeah.
this weekend, but like
It's a bit frustrating when you don't know Tabletopia. Like I say, for my experience, now that I know a lot more, I play a lot of other games and I have so much fun. But it takes time because it's also kind of new. Like I know that there's like online simulators like for a long time, but I was not used to play like this. So it was like a new way of playing board games,
Oh, we've
and
all
I
got
was
to
a bit
learn so
skeptic,
much.
but it was very nice. It's very nice.
We've all got to learn so much. But I'm hopeful for the future. I'm looking a bit further ahead. I'm hopeful that people will be a bit more loving in the future. I'm hopeful for looking forward to seeing my family maybe in September. I'm going to maybe have a week off or more where I go up north for a bit.
Hmm.
Dad has very kindly offered to kind of come down and then go up with me, so I would be maybe doing a bit of making sure I'm doing everything very carefully, at least a week or so beforehand. And looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to after this being able to hug strangers again. Go to a
Ah,
convention
yes.
and like to see a stranger and to say, "Hey, Emma, oh, let's hug," or to see someone that I don't really know. "Hey, do you want to hug? Okay, great. Do you want to hug? Okay." And then we have a hug, and that's so lovely. And I really miss that. And I'm looking forward to going to swing dancing again. I'm looking forward to getting in a club and getting steamy and moving a lot. I'm looking forward to yeah, all sorts of things, and I hope that those days will come.
They will. They will. Like to have a positive attitude helps in a way that you know that something good will come. Like because we can hope for something bad or something good. Yes, both will come. But what makes you happy? It's the good stuff. So let's focus on the good part. It's what I do because I'm also like very anxious, and as I told you, I'm very used to have a very close human contact, and so for me it's like being a period of learning a lot and improving my self-control and my focus and my self-confidence as well. Like now I know that I'm capable of doing stuff that I never thought I would be, and
Nice.
so this is good. It's learning, like, and yeah.
So if you are watching and you've enjoyed this, share it, spread the word, and next streams, I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. UK time, which is, I believe, 9 p.m. most of New Zealand. And tomorrow I will be chatting about Categorical, which is a game for the L deck. It is the. Um, wait, did I ever get into Mickle? I don't know if I ever actually got into Mickle. I definitely need to get to them in order. I'm going to talk about one of the L games for sure tomorrow, and then Thursday I'm going to have Ellie on, and Ellie is an educator, game designer, amazing person, and we're going to talk about conventions from a family perspective. Um, Friday, I'm going to be doing my first top five. It's very me centric, so I'm going to be doing my top five games for this deck because there's like so many games that you can play. I mean, in the past, yeah, wow, in the past month, I've probably played like more than 20 games for the deck. I'm not even exaggerating. Um, and yeah, I would say there's like 9 games that I consider the highlight game, the headline games, but maybe the headline games are not always necessarily my favorite games. I don't know what my top five are, but I'm going to decide maybe the night before. On Saturday, I'm not doing a stream. I'm talking to UK Games Expo. I'm giving a talk to people, and I'm going to talk about board game design for everyone, which is to say that basically, to summarize what I'll be saying, board game design is a cool thing. It teaches you empathy for other people, it teaches you critical thinking, it's a creative outlet, and it's not just a thing that you should do if you want to be mass produced and be a like published board game designer.
Mhm.
There's so many other reasons to be working in board game design. It's like even if you don't want to make a book, it's worth learning how to write. writing is still a skill that everyone should know. In the same way that if you have some degree of critical analysis, understanding what's a negative feedback loop, understanding, okay, a game needs to come to an end. What's pushing this game towards an end? Or is it a game where you could theoretically literally play for 20 hours in a game that's intended to last about half an hour or so? Because there are some games where it's very unlikely to happen, but it might happen. Do you know what I mean? That's just because
Mhm.
of the random draw that it never finishes. Anyway,
Mhm.
there's house rules that you can make to make your games more accessible for yourselves. Like in this day and age, when we are playing a game on stream, it's not enough to just say, okay, we're playing just one. It's like, how does it work? What's the important things in the game? How can we make it work for video chat? How can we make wits and wagers work for video chat? How can we make say anything work for video chat? You know what I'm getting at. And so those are my next streams. And I feel like I'm being dominating, and I do apologize. But once again, thank you so much for joining me, Tally. It has been a delight.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear you because you're so experienced and I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot of board game design. I'm looking forward for your talk because yeah, you are someone that has a lot to share. So
Thank you very
please.
much. And there is only one thing left to do, and that one thing is to say bye, 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 bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Do 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 bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye.
Bye.